Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate. When last we left off, our foster father Gorion was brutally slain by a mysterious armoured figure who ambushed us as we attempted to make our way to the Friendly Arm Inn from the safety of Candlekeep. Though I truly doubt that we would have actually been as safe in the Friendly Arm Inn as we were in Candlekeep. Fortunately, our would-be malefactor has believed that we have perished in the wilderness of the Sword Coast, and for now we are content to leave that lie and continue onwards to our destination. And we fortunately gained a companion in the form of Imoen, our childhood friend. I was not heading the right way, and there is a one of the many creatures inhabiting the wilderness of the Sword Coast, a diseased gibberling. Of course, killing them gets us 35 experience points, and we want to try and avoid any major encounters at the moment, because there is only just the two of us at the moment, and two people might not be enough. There appears to be a traveller on the road there. Well, a busy day for me indeed. Strange noises throughout the night, and now a plethora of people strolling about the wood. You do look a touch more hospitable than the last two I met. Well met, stranger. I am called Khalid. Could you help me? My foster father and I were attacked last eve, and now I'm not sure where to go. The carnage to the north must be the aftermath of your little skirmish, then. I am most assuredly sorry about your predicament, though there be little I can do for you. I have nothing of serviceable value to impart except common sense in a few directions. Away east of here, you should find a crossroads. North of there is the Friendly Arm Inn, and south is the town of Beregost. Both can offer shelter, though rates at the Friendly Arm Inn are likely better. It is a friendlier atmosphere for the young adventurer as well. Staying close to the roads will make your journey safer, but that will depend on where you are heading as well. I cannot accompany you, though there were a pair of travellers not far up the road. They might offer assistance, but I would be wary of the cost. I didn't like the look of them myself. Can you do nothing else? I could use any help. I have little to give besides advice and goodwill. Make friends where you can, and travelling alone is almost certain death. You would want to surround yourself with like-minded companions, lest you risk making enemies in your own party. Aside from this little tidbit of wisdom, I'd say you're on your own. Luck be with you. To you as well. Fare thee well, as they say. And that was Khalid actually explaining, not only will certain characters break with you from, depending on how high or how low your reputation is, but if you have certain lawful good or neutral good, or even just neutral characters, they will actually start attacking each other. And there are some cases in which two sets of NPCs are so diametrically opposed to each other that they will absolutely try to kill each other. And you don't want that in your party. So along the road, and there are there I believe is the are the two characters up here.
Something troubling you?
Ye already be disturbed. Now leave me
Talk
be.
to you
Your
first.
company be toil enough as is.
Hello there, kid. Rather strange place to be wandering, ain't it? My companion has something to say to you. Well, let's talk to your companion then.
Montaron, you are so aggravating! 'Tis disturbing to my demeanor!
A child wandering the wilderness? Surely you must be none too bright to be travelling these roads. And you look a bit scuffed, too. A fine pair of troubles all your own. Indeed. I can offer you potions, healing potions, if you wish, as a token of goodwill. Now, Khalid actually mentioned that these two, whose names are Zar and Montaron, were not particularly, didn't look particularly hospitable, but I'd be grateful for any assistance. Nothing to fear from these simple potions, and I'll not even hold you in debt, though your conscience knows otherwise. Yes, indeed, our conscience does know otherwise. Like all good people. Just like all good people. I don't trust these two at all. Perhaps as payment you would go with us to Nashkel. It is a troubled area, and we mean to investigate some disturbing rumors surrounding the local mine. Some acquaintances are very concerned about the iron swords, specifically where to lay blame in the matter. You would be useful, though I'll not hold you to it. We are to meet the mayor of the town, a man named Baron Gaskell, I believe. Your conscience be your guide. I would join with you, but I must meet someone first. Perhaps you would go with me? We've precious little time, but it's best to travel accompanied. Aye, we'll go with ye. You owe us for our time, though. And then there they are.
Ye spoke at me?
Your voice is ambrosia.
This better be good.
Zar and Montaron. Montaron is a fighter thief, is a elven, no, not elven, halfling fighter thief. And as you can see, he is neutral evil. Not very likable in a party filled with lawful types and good types. However, he has 16 strength, 17 dexterity, 15 constitution, 12 intelligence and wisdom, and a very low charisma of 9. When asked about his past, Montaron openly threatens you with bodily harm. He seems quite dangerous, and more than willing to engage in gratuitous violence. It would appear that he cares little for life, including his own. He works grudgingly with Zar, even though he obviously despises the man. Whoever their employers are, they must be powerful indeed. These two would likely kill each other without a presence over their heads preventing it. Montaron might be willing to discuss the whole matter with you, but you get the feeling that you probably would not wake up the next morning. So Montaron basically is your typical thief in a sense, notorious and in his case completely up for blood. Most thieves tend to be neutral evil, according to the dialogue. And as you can see, he is, as a multi-class character, he actually levels up in 2 classes simultaneously. But any experience is actually automatically divided between actually goes towards the two experiences. So he can level up as a thief, and he can also level up as a fighter. And as you can see, fighters take longer to level up than thieves. And now for Zar, I should say. He is a level 1 necromancer, which means he specializes in death magic. And he is a chaotic evil human mage. And as you can see from his portrait there, he doesn't look too sound of mind, judged by the way he's dressed. He has strange markings on his face, though he surprisingly has quite a bit of strength for a mage. 14 strength, 16 dexterity, 10 constitution, 17 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and 10 charisma. Let's see what his background is. When asked about his past, Zar has very few coherent things to say. His desire to determine the cause of the Iron Sword seems benevolent enough, but his motives remain unclear. His ramblings seem disjointed, but his faculties are obviously in good enough order for him to be adept at magic. He mutters something about how he and his associate Monteron are in the employ of a powerful group, but when pressed for details he gets extremely agitated and does not speak for some time. He is obviously at least partially insane, and the network that would hire him must be very dark indeed. Now, I am going to spoil something of this matter between Monteron and Zar as to what kind of organization they work for, because I happen to have with me the Baldur's Gate manual, which has a list of all the things, including the various groups that operate not only in the Sword Coast, but the Forgotten Realms. And eventually, at some point in the adventure, especially if you are attempting to play an evil party, you'll eventually come across an individual who happens to represent the powerful network that Monteron and Zar work for. And network is actually the key word here. Network is actually the clue to the organization that both Zar and Monteron work for. And that, for Forgotten Realms aficionados, is none other than the Zentarum. The Black Network of the Zentarum is a not-so-secret group of mages, priests, and warriors devoted to the task of dominating trade and therefore power throughout the Heartlands region. To that end, they work to achieve the downfall of an ever-increasing list of opponents, including the Dalelands, the Harpers, rival Moonsea cities, the Cult of the Dragon, Cormyr, Sembia, and anyone else who gets in their way. That which cannot be infiltrated and controlled must be cowed into obedience or destroyed. The Black Network is active throughout the Heartlands, but currently has 3 major bases of operations. Darkhold has been established as a base within the Far Hills, a few weeks east of Baldur's Gate, and stands as a terminus in the Western Heartlands for caravans from the northern, southern, and eastern realms. The Citadel of the Raven, on the borders of Thar, is a major military base as well. The third headquarters, and birthplace of the organization, Candlekeep, has been less influential over the years owing to the rise of the Church of Sirik. Despite having a major figure in the church in their employ, the Zentarum have been less than effective in dominating the new faith, in contrast to the degree they had over the degree of control they had over the Church of Bane. As a result, most of the daily deviltry of the Black Network comes from the other two locations, which have the added advantage of having no native civilian population to get in the way, or lead a revolt. Trade is a major component of the Zhentarim's income, and they are not limited morally to the transport of ores and finished goods. They also do business in poisons, contraband, weapons, and slaves. Conquest is also high on the Zhentarim agenda, often using the forces of Candlekeep or another cat's paw such as Vunla or Lork. They also make extensive use of humanoid tribes and mercenaries, usually promising payment with the spoils of pillage after the battle. The chief intent in battle is to punish enemies or weaken rivals, and is usually implemented after failure to take over the community from within. Very notorious indeed. And as to the inventory, Zar has a mere dagger at his disposal, but he also has a couple of spells. The first being Larlock's Minor Drain, of the Necromancy School of Magic. With the spell, the wizard drains the life force of a target and adds it to his own. The target creature suffers 1 to 4 damage, while the mage gains 1 to 4 life. If the mage goes over his maximum hit point total with his spell, he loses it after 10 rounds. And he also has Chill Touch. When the caster completes the spell, a blue glow encompasses his hand. This energy attacks the life force of any living creature upon which the wizard makes a successful melee attack. The touched creature must make a saving throw versus spell or suffer 1d8 point of damage and receive a -2 Thaco modifier. Pretty notorious spells, but actually quite useful. And he has them memorized, and he has 2 sets of Larlock of the Minor Drain spell ready at his disposal. Montaron is equipped with a short sword, a studded leather armor, a healing potion, and another oil of speed. And Zar actually gave us another potion of healing for his goodwill. We actually might want to give it to him, just in case. But anyway, let us go forward. And here also is a waypoint,
with ease,
which lets us know that this is the Candlekeep Coastway. So with Zar and Montaron in tow, we will make our way to the Candlekeep Inn. However, we will actually not be taking them with us to Nashkel, because I doubt they would get along well with our companions Khalid and Jaheira. And though the necessity of their companionship is important, I doubt Gorion would approve of me working with these people either. There's a man named Binkos wandering around. Sorry, chum, but I can't stop to chat. There's been another caravan raided northeast of Baragost, and I must report of those dire straits to the Grand Dukes. A messenger's work is never done. Oh, and there's a wolf. There's a wolf attacking. Want to deal with him.
If I must.
Hopefully no one takes any real significant damage. At least we got 65 experience, which unfortunately is being shared with Montaron and Zar. And
yes?
Not a
Let's
problem.
get our party back in order. I believe that's actually been the first time I've ever been attacked by a wolf on this path, ever. And I've played this game for a very long time. But now, let us leave this path behind us and move on to the next area.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
It's been nigh unto a 10 days since I've seen a soul walking this road, and I've been without decent conversation since. Travelling nowadays appears to be the domain of either the desperate or the deranged. If thou wouldst pardon my intrusion, might I inquire which pertains to thee? A fair bit of desperate, actually. Might you know the way to the Friendly Arm Inn? I was told I might meet some friends there. That I would. The inn is but a short distance to the north, and its doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be there, waiting with open arms. My sympathies for any hardships the road may have inflicted upon thee, though I am certain that everything shall turn out for the best. But I have wasted too much of thy time and said too much already. I shall take my leave and wish thee all the best.
With ease.
Rather strange fellow, if I do say so myself. I met a strange man on the road to the Friendly Arm Inn. He seemed interested in me, though I don't know why. He was a little odd. Also, Tsar Monteron wished to travel with me to Nashkel. I want to be very careful here, because the road is perilous. As we'll now see, there's a gibbling up there. Want to make haste to the Candlekeep Inn as much as possible. Have to be wary of any and all threats. There you are, hiding among the trees. There's another one. And Zvar, I don't want you getting yourself killed. Much as it would please Monteron for you to do so. This is the coast way. Friendly Arm Inn to the north, Beargost to the south. And the way we came from was the Lion's Way, which is to the west. But we want to go north. We want to go east and north. And find shelter and friendship in the Friendly Arm Inn. The less time I spend with Monteron and Tsar, the better. Although, they won't really do anything to us in particular, so long as they need us. Although if our reputation goes too high, they most certainly would change their minds.
Hello, pal.
If you don't mind, please try to keep your voices down. There be beasties about with better hearing than we. You seem quite at home out here. What's the most dangerous thing you've seen? Most dangerous thing I've intentionally went after? Stalked an ogre mage for a few days once. Had a party of my own back then. Killed the ogre, lost the party. Not really worth the trade if you ask me. I've seen more dangerous beasties, but usually over my shoulder as I'm making tracks as fast as I can. No shame in running when your life is on the line. Off with you now, I've meat to catch. It's one of the many hunters stalking the Sword Coast, and actually does have a point. There are actually points in this game where you can actually get ambushed by the various creatures inhabiting the Forgotten Realms. And in some cases it's very useful to run. But I believe just up ahead, yonder, is the Friendly Arm Inn. Though of course it took us a short while to get here on the path that we took.
Not a problem. I will require rest soon.
And unfortunately, we are rather tired with the with our current excursion, which is not surprising because we haven't had any sleep since our unfortunate ordeal. Welcome to the Friendly Arm. I trust you know the rules of conduct within. Certainly, common sense rules the day within the Friendly Arm. Good then, enjoy your stay. Yeah, if we try to start any kind of trouble, the guards will attack us. Which is no skin off the nose of Monteron or Zar, but we don't want to attract too much attention to ourselves. All appears fairly quiet and peaceful here at the Friendly Arm, which appears to be a very sturdy looking fortress. Now, I'm a paranoid sort, so I'm actually going to save here. But hopefully no danger awaits us. And we should be able to rest knowing that there are several guards around. So let us make our way up the steps of the Friendly Arm Inn. Hi, friend. I've not seen you here before today. What brings you to the Friendly Arm? Nothing much, really. Just road-worn travelers looking for a place to rest. I see, I see. Pardon my being too forward, but you've the bearing of someone I've been looking for. About your height, they were. Same style of dress or thereabouts. I dare say you seem to be the spitting image of them. Might you have travelled from Candlekeep by any chance? Actually, yes. I was there until quite recently. Well, that just about clinches it, then. By any wild stretch of the imagination, would your name happen to be Rashagast Greyhelm? Why yes, good sir, that is my name. It would seem that I am the one you've been looking for. Yes, yes it would. In that case, don't move. I have something for you. If you couldn't already tell, Tarnish is evil. And he apparently is another person that wishes to take our life. Now I'm going to take the Oil of Speed.
You're a queer fellow.
Imoen is going to cast a magic missile.
Your voice is ambrosia.
And Zar is going to unleash a spell upon him.
What need ye dead?
And Monteron is going to try and murder him. Which we have done so with relative success. And the guards were trapped behind us and did absolutely nothing.
Yes?
This is why I took Zar and Monteron with us, because if we attacked with just myself and Imoen alone, it might have actually been possible to deal with him if with the guards' help, but I'm almost certain that we would be killed. And he had on him 58 gold pieces, some more scrolls, as well as a letter. Now, the two other scrolls that he had, Magic Missile. Use of the Magic Missile spell, one of the most popular first level spells, creates up to 5 missiles of magical energy that dart forth from the wizard's fingertips and unerringly strike their target, which must be a creature of some sort. Each missile inflicts 1d4.1 points of damage. For every 2 extra levels of experience, the wizard gains an additional missile. He has 2 at 3rd level, 3 at 5th level, 4 at 7th level, etc. up to a total of 5 missiles at 9th level. The other scroll he has is Burning Hands of the Alteration School. When the wizard casts this spell, a jet of searing flames shoots from his fingertips. His hands must be held so as to send forth a fan-like sheet of flames. The wizard's thumbs must be touching each other and the fingers must be spread. The burning hand sends out flame jets of 5-foot length in a horizontal arc of about 120 degrees in front of the wizard. Any creature in the area of the flame suffers 1d3 points of damage, plus 2 points for each level of the spellcaster, to a maximum of 1d3 plus 20 points of fire damage. Those successfully saving the spell receive half damage. Now let's see this scroll that this man was carrying. A bounty notice. Be it known to all those of evil intent that a bounty has been placed upon the head of Rashagast Greyhelm, the foster child of Gorion. Last seen in the area of Candlekeep, this person is to be killed in quick order. Those returning with proof of the deed shall receive no less than 200 coins of gold. As always, any that reveal these plans to the forces of law shall join the target in their fate. We want to keep that scroll away from our companions, Zar and Monteron, because they might decide that killing us for the gold might actually be more enticing. At least Monteron would, anyway. Zar, on the other hand, might be more inclined to follow the instructions of the Black Network. But that was Tarnish, who has now been defeated. And we're here. We made it to the Friendly Arm Inn. And I believe I shall call that a video. So I'm going to just save here. And when we return, we shall speak with the proprietor here at the Friendly Arm and see if our companions Jaheira and Khalid are waiting for us here. As always, until next we meet.
Yourselves whatever you wish. Yes?